Local legends.
And we are pleasured tonight to welcome aboard Tom Kelly, promising Redbacks and Strikers batsman, has made a casual 500s in various grades this year. TK, welcome aboard, mate.
Thanks for having me, Malcolm. Appreciate it.
Thank you, mate, for joining us. We start off with most of our guests with a bit of a junior career, but you're still a junior yourself. So let's get into your current career at the moment and what's going on in cricket at the moment for you.
Current career, one game to go this year.
Yeah, big game, TK.
Yeah, Sturt Blues are in the grand final in Div 2, which so we've already earned promotion, which is good, but obviously I'd love to win the whole thing. So, yep. But yeah, just wrapping up Redback stuff too. Just exit meetings and stuff, and then off to the UK in May. So,
where are you playing in the UK now, Tom? I refreshed the memory on that one.
Place called Dumbleton, so we play in the Cheltenham Premier League, which is in Gloucester.
Have you had previous experience there, or?
No, first time heading over, so it'll be a little bit different. But yeah, looking forward to it.
That's exciting. How did that all come about?
So our pom for Sturt this year, Tommy Borman, is from Dumbleton, so just linking up with him again. So that's how that all sort of came about.
Will you be doing any bowling, TK?
I won't be bowling, Malcolm. I'll sit at first slip.
I thought that might have been the answer. Okay, Tom, with a few things this year, to your credit, now Sturt went down, to your credit, and as a Sturt Cricket Club's credit, I think as a club it showed that they're still a very strong club. Had a blemish of a year, we can debate whether they should go down and all that sort of thing, that's a different subject. But to go down, everyone stayed loyal, you've kicked on this year, you've been the dominant club in Div 2. Now Tom, with this one, you've had a great year personally. You've made a lot of runs for Sturt, but then a lot of runs at state second 11 and that. Okay, while you're not facing the better bowling attacks in Div 1, we're playing with Div 2. There's no such bad thing as runs to give a batsman confidence and how much the game's played above their head. How have you felt that's worked for you this year, Tom?
It's got its obviously, flaws, as you said. Like, you're not facing as quite the quality. There's still quality bowlers, but just the depth. The third and fourth bowlers aren't probably of A-grade quality. So, but it's teaching. The thing is, it's teaching you how to win games of cricket for your club and bat big and make big hundreds. So, at the end of the day, it definitely helped my second 11 cricket as well by making big hundreds for Sturt and learning or relearning. Just because you never lose how you learn, you just got to relearn how to.
Just to keep batting.
Everyone's technique changes every year slightly, whether you know it or not. So you always got to keep teaching yourself to get through different sort of periods of time. So it's definitely helped still playing. And like you said, it shows. Well, we won the club champs, and we got three out of 4 senior teams in the grand final this week. So we feel we're still a dominant club in Premier. Our facilities probably aren't Premier. The personnel and culture-wise, we're definitely a Premier club.
No, I'd agree with that. I like that ground. I like the ground in Mitcham, though. It's a homely feel. It's, a little ground with atmosphere, like the game where I came down to watch. There was good past player numbers down there that day. I was very impressed with it in that regard, and that where a lot of your Sturt guys stayed very loyal and that. So go through your year as well, Tom. So with the Strikers, you are known to do the mic bit. Go through that experience, Tom, and tell everyone about the weight you've got to carry and how that all eventuates, mate.
That's good. It's good fun. I enjoy it. Just being myself, and I think people enjoy me being myself on it rather than you sort of straight up the line answers that a lot of blokes give. But that just comes about the day before a game. They'll contact the media manager for the franchise, and then he'll contact you and ask if you want to do it or not. So you don't have to do it. You can say no, but it's usually batsmen who do it because bowlers obviously can't really run around with the battery pack on their back. So that's how that sort of all comes about.
How is that carrying that battery pack? Because you're normally fielding on the mid-wicket boundary and then come up to mid-on and that. So how do you cope with that sort of the weight and that sort of thing?
It's all right. You just don't want to land on your back and it might actually hurt you. But it's all right. You sort of don't notice it once it's on there. So it's just, you don't want to land on your back and it'd probably crack your spine, probably.
Well, Tom, so go through a couple of... So how many hundreds did you make at State Second 11 this year?
2, I think.
Two hundreds. And then, of course, look, and I don't want you to comment on this one, Tom. This is my own opinion on this one. I don't want to put you in the bad books here. But you came into the South Australian side, and you're in the side, you get 80-odd in a one-day game and then miss the next Shield game and then come back in and bat 4. I'm a big fan of when South Australia was strong, the kids would bat 5 or 6 and have the experience around. I still think that's what should be happening on a personal side of things. And as we know, with cricket being a game played just so much above the ears, that you're gradually getting the confidence that I'm good enough for this level. Batted beautifully in that one day game where you against, I'm trying to remember, Queensland, wasn't it? With the 80-odd? And
Queensland.
Yeah, and just where the illustrious Alex Carey has set the world record, and he knew that coming off the ground too. I'll give Alex his due. He was quoting the people he was equal with as he came off the ground when we were fielding that day. If you're aware of that or not, Tom. So you got that, and then you miss out. So I think there's been some interest into selections, to say the least. A bit frustrating, but hopefully those couple of 50s have done you the world of good. Then you gradually get more confidence. Now, I want to have a crack at Tasmania. The last game, we go down there. Now, Tasmania had to make 258 to host a Shield final. You did well to find the wicket when you were walking out to the bat. It was that green. It was ridiculous.
It was unbelievable. And it actually got harder to bat on because it was a little bit slower day one with how wet it was. And then obviously it was creating divots, taking grass chunks out. And then as it quickened up with the sun over the next 2 days, it got harder to bat on. So even though we got dobbed in, we probably actually had the best of the batting conditions. Like McSweeney played one of the great offs in recent memory for South Australia. But yeah, it was just it was amazing when we rocked up. We thought it was going to be flat. And they needed a draw to host the Shield final, and they sort of cocked that up, and now they got to fly to WA to play it. So
it was just extraordinary how green it was. I'm sitting, someone who is known to watch the odd Shield game or two, as you know. I've been to a Shield game with 16 people there, Tom, and I knew every one of them. I realised they had a tragic life. It was just, I don't think I've ever seen a wicket that green. Against South Australia, where our strength is our medium paces, McAndrew, Buckingham, Doggett or Agar, whatever, it was just unbelievable. It was, if I was the Tasmanian players, I actually would have been quite dark about it.
Yeah, obviously they backed their own skill set to beat us, but and like we've been saying all year, we haven't been too far away. We ended up with 3 Shield wins, 2 more wins than we're in the final.
Yeah,
and we lost a couple games by a couple wickets or 50 runs too. So we've been right in games, real tight ones, and just been on the wrong end of it. So hopefully with more experience, we can turn the tide on those results, and then push for Shield finals in the next few years with the core young group we've got now.
Because there's no doubt our bowlings did well all year, and we've actually got a fair bit of depth. Like, quite incredibly, Spencer Johnson only plays the 1 Shield game for the year, and that sort of thing. So we go quite deep there in the pace bowling side of things. Spin bowling's probably a little bit more debatable there, but we really just need a couple of batsmen to stand up beside McSweeney, and we're actually not that as far away as the Redbacks. We are fighting to avoid the wooden spoon again and all that sort of thing. I actually don't think we're as bad as that sort of predictable headline.
No, I agree. And if you look at it all around the country as well, and I mean, Paul Lima only won 1 toss this year, but after Christmas we got sent in on 4 green ones.
Yeah.
And you look around the comp, and there's barely any batters averaging above 40. And there's a lot of bowlers averaging like sub 25. So I think it also plays. I know everyone obviously it's easy to go. You need more runs. But I think as well, the wickets that we played on this year were a lot more conducive to seam bowling.
No, I'd agree with that. I'm saying, look, as a person who's watched a lot of Shield cricket since the early 70s, I reckon that's as much as I've seen wickets everywhere do something this year. Like I really don't think there were any roads this year at all.
No, I can't remember there being. The wicket we played on out at Cricket Central was probably a touch too flat, but it was the closest wicket you'd get to a proper Shield wicket, where it was a real grind with the bat, real grind with the ball, and it was a test of character and not just a bit of luck, on skill on seaming wickets. So it actually made both teams show their proper skill sets, and so that was a draw. But there wouldn't have been too many other draws throughout the season.
You find that perhaps the drop-in wickets have got a little bit to play with those wickets being a little bit greener than usual?
Oh, yes and no. We don't play on many drop-ins because we don't play many games at the main grounds anymore. Like, you sort of only play around Big Bash time. So, the drop-in wickets definitely probably a touch juicy, but I haven't played enough on them to really comment in terms of long form, because in T20 cricket they're all just beautiful wickets to bat on. There's no real bad ones, so yeah.
So the confidence gain from those couple of from the 250s in that game against New South Wales, Tom, is that the thing that you probably take most out of the year at Shield level wise? Yep,
definitely is. It feels like I sort of belong. I've tightened up everything in my technique, in my defence. So now it feels like I definitely am comfortable enough at that level to hopefully start in the team next year and put a couple of good performances on the board early, and then you're away for hopefully the next 10 years. You're just in that middle order, picking up your two or three hundreds every year and averaging 40, which is obviously what you want to do as a batter, but to do it for your own state, where obviously we don't produce the talent we need to have 11 players in SA, so I'd just love to do it for SA for as long as I can.
You mentioned a little bit earlier on there about playing, club cricket, grade cricket, and batting for long periods of time and working on your technique a little bit. Do you think that actually helped you in that game? Just stick it in a little bit longer?
Yeah, I think so, because even though it's Div 2, there's still times where they bowl really well in pockets as well. So, it definitely helped mentally, knowing that, at a different level at Shield, they don't miss as much, but being able to get through it and then waiting for the bowlers to miss eventually.
Now, the Div 2 Grand Final this week, Tom, where is that being played? Is that at Mitcham?
Yeah, the home of cricket, Royal Oval.
I thought you may add that comment. Yes.
Yep. So we're at home. So looking forward to it. The oval's looking stunning, and the wicket's going to be hopefully flat. So.
And you technically only have to draw that game, don't you?
That's correct,
yeah. So it's the same rule as Div 1. So Glenelg in Div 1 and Sturt in Div 2. So this week, Tom can effectively bat. You and Brad Davis can effectively make a couple of hundred each this weekend, mate. Effectively.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Do you like that scenario?
I don't mind. There's a compulsory declaration now. 100. If you bat first, you have to declare it.
Oh, okay. So that has changed. Right. Apologies.
Yeah. So that has changed, but it'll be all right. So
100 overs is a lot of cricket. It is a hell of a lot of cricket.
Still a lot of time to bat. So.
And Glenelg did it very well last weekend and then really pushed the accelerator in their last few overs and made 397 against Adelaide Uni. So effectively batting Uni right out of the game.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly. So that'll be our plan as well. But if we bowl first, then hopefully bowl them out and then just bat for the rest of the game. So,
Now, mate, we'll get off the cricket for just 2 seconds. Obviously, the Mitcham Hawks share the facility with Sturt there at Mitcham there. Were you ever sort of kicking around the football a little bit?
Come on, he's the son of Matty Kelly.
I know.
I'd be in the doghouse if I didn't say that.
I was trying to lead him into it.
Of Richard. No, I'd be in trouble if I didn't mention that.
I was trying to lead him into it gently.
Yep.
150 game junior player for the Mitcham Hawks. So played here since I was 7 years old and up until I was 17. So I absolutely loved my time, and I'd love to get back, but obviously living up in the hills and with cricket and stuff, it's pretty hard to get back here on a Saturday. So.
And is that the Harry Boyd Guernsey framed yet, mate?
No, it still hasn't been washed either.
Okay. Oh, I thought that'd be the case. I don't think getting washed was going to be ever be in doubt, DK. So,
no, that's correct.
Yes. Hey, Tom, all the best this week. Anything come out of the exit meeting in terms of direction-wise? Hopefully it was reasonably positive, I would have thought.
Yeah, that's coming up next week, but
Okay.
they're usually pretty tame for the young blokes. So, I'm not too stressed about it. And
Yep.
wait and see what they have to say, but yeah.
No, you sound like you've recovered pretty well from yesterday, so greatly appreciated in that regard too, TK. And
No worries at all.
Mate,
all the best
I
this
was gonna
weekend
say,
too.
best of luck this weekend, and hopefully a big score is on the cards, and next year's even bigger and better.
I admit Paynham are in a grand final this weekend as well. Paynham's first grand final since 2011. So just across the road from where we're interviewing at the moment at Paynham Oval. So I admit that's where I'll probably be spending the majority of the weekend, TK. So, yes.
No worries. Beautiful. Thanks for having me, gentlemen.
All right,
Appreciate
mate.
that.
Thanks,
Good
mate.
luck. Thanks, mate. Thanks, TK.
Are dents and scratches putting a dent in your day? Introducing Roger Steen Crash Repairs Adelaide, your trusted solution for automotive woes. With over 2 decades of expertise, Roger Steen Crash Repairs guarantees top-notch service, restoring your vehicle to its former glory in no time. From minor dings to major collisions, our skilled technicians handle it all with precision and care, using state-of-the-art equipment and techniques.
Roger Steen Crash Repairs saved my car. It looks brand new.
Fast, friendly and reliable. I wouldn't trust anyone else with my vehicle. Don't let accidents slow you down. Visit Roger Steen Crash Repairs Adelaide at 14 Penner Avenue, Glynde for quality service you can count on. And here's a special offer just for our listeners. Mention this podcast and receive a $100 discount on your repair. Roger Steen Crash Repairs Adelaide. Excellence in every repair.